That would be big girl. Finally. But nope, she's not about to turn. Is she? Is she? Oh my gosh, she is going to come in. Her and Dino were over at the lockups. Oh, and she stops at the other end where there is nothing. Anyway, they were at the lockups. Dino knows he's got to come over here to eat, so as I'm walking back up the plank, he walks around. She's following. By the time I get down here, where I had to find a small little hole to climb down, and they didn't all freak this time because none of them knew I was climbing down next to them. She's standing here by the gate wanting me to feed her. Like, no, it's on the other side. Go get it. Well, there's more and more of these little girls and boys coming in. Going to be an interesting day because I got to finish working on the baler. Tighten a couple chains and see what Ty said one of the knotter oiler lines was broken. So I got to do something with that. May have to go to town to get a new line for that. I don't know yet. And I've been up there for Bam Bam's group is empty, has been for 2 days. This one might have maybe a bucket and a half left in it. Of course, you know, the one for the heifers out back, it's 2/3 full or so. But I'm not packing that many buckets. Just, no, not my deal. So, anyway, I figured I'd show you that the babies are coming in and eating pretty regular. Some of them I don't know that I've seen in here before, but they're in here today. I think that's hernia. Yes, that is. That is hernia boy. Don't look too bad. Looks like maybe some of the swelling's down a little. Good morning, buddy. Old milk nose on that boy. Oh, look who's first done eating and first of the drinking. Good morning, Ruby. Who might be next to her? Oh, look at Sapphire. Mommy and daughter getting a drink together. Well, they were. Yeah, it gets a little crowded right there. Just think, used to be a single trough on the other side of that panel. That's when it was really a pain in the butt, and they got shit in all the time. So anyway, there's the baby fix for the day, and her big brother is in the back barn. He likes to say good morning to me every morning. I don't know if he'll let me scratch on him, but we get face to face at the feeder. I don't think I mentioned it. 5 o'clock this morning, 53 degrees, 90% humidity, so there's a nice heavy dew, which may be to our advantage because by the time those are out in the field, I'm probably going to be searching for moisture to make a good bale. But hey, when it gets too dry, that means I go sit in the truck and go get more feed, I hope. Say hi. Yeah, I wasn't standing here the whole time. I was standing down there over the top of her. That's a pain in the ass. On a good day. And hey, the wind's been blowing all kinds of stuff around. Everything around here is full of that stuff. But that is together. Now she got to grease it. I got to get out of here. Oh yeah, she got to change a greaser too. She's got to figure out what size it is.
What the hell size that is?
One of those. Right into the arm.
POS.
Oh! And yeah, I grown coming up out of there. That's longer than my legs.
Yeah, I'm short and I do it.
She's short and she does it all the time. She says, looks like somebody hit my light up here too. Huh. Oh well. And while I'm up here, wipe my camera lens off. Because that's how I see back there. And yeah, she's pumping a lot of grease because, well.
Oh, check your.
Yeah, I'm going to check that.
Thank you.
Those two bearings there. Greasing daily, those take a minimum 25 pumps. And the bearings at this end, at the plunger end, they take 1 pump per bale made. Literally. You can, I mean, when you go to grease it, you know how many bales were made. It's crazy. It's literally.
Well, that's the first time in his entire life being here that was good grease. And I didn't have to cuss it.
Which one?
The arms, the back arm.
Oh. But the other one, no, just see if you can get it on there again.
Oh, yeah, right.
She's having trouble with the right one. Taking grease. The plunger end's always been kind of hard taking it. But she wants me to look in here, and I see the birdies were in here. Otherwise there wouldn't be anything in here because this was all clean. Oh yeah, there it is. The oiler that's leaking is actually the finger oiler. That's why there's oil there. But it may just be over-oiling. I can't tell yet. Well, I'm going to say that the oil is what is leaked out of the bushing around that. And looking at other stuff here. Anybody knows much about balers is going to wonder why is there 2 sets of gears on those. It's because it makes 2 knots every revolution. It makes the last knot on the bale going out and the first knot on the bale starting to form. And one of their better ideas, grease circ there, okay? Not a problem. That used to have a grease tube to it that came from remote down that you grease from the ground over there. It's a block that it cycles and sends grease to different jerks as you're pumping. The problem is, coming clear up here, you never know if you got any grease in this one because you can't see it from down there. And number 2, that tube broke. Filled one of these knotters clear full of grease one day. So, 86 the tube, and put a zerk in it. There's other zerks up here anyway. I mean, hell, there's 3 of them on the other side of that sprocket. Plus, this is how you get up here to usually go in there, but she climbed in the bottom. You don't want to climb in the bottom after this thing's been in the field, unless you have to, because it's a dirty bitch. And yeah, the greaser, everything except for the tension cylinders and linkage there, that all gets greased at the point. I got hung up. But the star wheel and the pivot, that all comes from the block that's way up there, just about middle of the screen. There's a block up there. They're kind of nice, but they're a pain in the ass because they don't always cycle right. New machine with auto lube would be really nice, but
Says the guy that doesn't grease it.
says the guy that doesn't grease it. Yeah, says the guy that greased it for the first 15 years we had it.
I think it's 8.
The bad thing is right now this machine is worth just about what, or a little more than one of those arms, whether it's baling good or not.
I'm gonna crawl in and take it out. Past me.
And
It's not like I want to crawl in.
I found a few online last night. I look every now and then. Ones that are affordable. Actually, there's a couple of them that are more or less affordable that got a lot less bales on them than this.
No, we will not be around baler.
But there are a lot of them that are, well, let's just put it this way. Most of them that are out there on the market right now are from $90,000 to $265,000.
Well, that's cheap to buy a new semi.
Yeah, she said cheaper than buying a new semi.
250 grand.
Yeah, but these aren't new.
Same.
I found an 07 Massey 3x4 for like 26. I think it only had 26,000 bales on it. Well, Massey is saying that's what Heston was, whatever.
I feel like you ran me over with this.
But it's, considerably newer. And, yeah, I just got too much. But, yeah. And I was kind of surprised. A lot of what I found looking, they're looking at the pictures, you're thinking, yeah, it's a 3x4. Because I don't know all the numbers. Oh, no, you finally find something that says what it is, and they're 4x4s. A lot of them. And there's quite a few 3x3s out there, too. I wouldn't be opposed to a 3x3, but I know how fast this thing sucks up the windrows, and a 3x4 with more horsepower in front of it will keep up with this. Basically what it comes down to. The guy we bought it from, when I was baling for him, I was in the field with both of his balers, and I was making, what was it, 3 rounds to their 2.5 rounds on a 100-acre field consistently. So, it's just, and they were, this thing's only 165 horse tractor, and they were running 250 horse tractors, and I was still keeping ahead of them. So. But 3x3 bales haul a lot better. They're more square, where these get a little rounded on the ends. Hey, now I know what she needs. She needs an 8th pipe. 45?
That's what's on there. I don't care if it's a 90 or even a straight.
Oh, we might give her a straight one. If she says she can get on it, it might be easier. So, I can hand her a new one. Just like that. And then let y'all go, because I still got I ain't gonna let you go yet. Captive audience. I did get something done in here this morning. I don't know if anybody remembers, but I had this that actually came out of a truck a long time ago. It's a base piece, and then this slides into it. Rather than having to use this one and a dual plug, this is for the air compressor for the seat, which it usually doesn't bleed off, but once in a while. So then I'd have to unplug everything. And if my phone was dead, well, I'd have to pick that or that to unplug. So now I even got the plug in for my phone. And this used to suction cup right there. The last couple of years that suction cup's been getting a little weak. Well, maybe I'll bolt it here. But it's kind of a pain with it right there because it sticks out to here, and if I set my phone there or something, I'm always hitting it. Why don't we just put a bolt through it? So it's got a bolt through it. Wing nut on the bottom so I can move it, adjust it, take it off easy. And I wish it wasn't cocked. I wished it was sitting straight, but that's the way it's going to be. But that's a little easier because I can see that. The main monitor goes right here. I can see that while I'm here. And, look over my shoulder and look forward at it instead of look over my shoulder and stop here before I look forward. So hopefully that's going to work out well there. I can move it back here if I want to, but I also got to watch the throttle. And right there, there's the throttle. Mr. Tahoe wants to say hello. And little click there. Big navel's there for a reason. He's got a nice hard, like twice the size of my thumb. So he just got some antibiotics. He's not running temp yet. So hopefully that. Yes, ma'am. And Edwin over there, he is running a temp. And he's getting the same thing that Click just got. I actually filled the syringes for Click, and I said, well, why don't we go check that other one while they're full? Because it's just easier to go over there and empty them and come back over here and fill them and use them. But no, his temp's just high enough, he's going to get hit. And literally, probably this afternoon, his temp would be high enough he would not be up and active like that. Well, like normal, too many things going on at once. But yeah, we finished with those calves, and I was going to get a little video of feeding with the skid steer. I don't break cables with it because I can actually tip the bale clear down into the feeder, and then I can let go of the bale. But I didn't. Shame on me. And yeah, you can kind of see them out there, a little dirty windshield action, but they're all out there. We're not ready to go anyway. But I think this is a lot better than it was. You know, say that camera deal was over here. Just because it had to go on the window somewhere, and that's the only place I could see it. Because it doesn't move. It'll move up and down. 2 different settings for that. And it can swing, but not. No, I guess it can't swing. Maybe it does. Yeah. Yeah, it swings, but just right at the head. So it's not like I could put it up here somewhere and be able to get it in the right position to see it. And still got to run the cord to the baler. That's why that's hanging down there. That excess hangs on that cord when it's plugged into the monitor. And I turn the monitor on to make sure it's in the right angle, but I'm going to have to move that anyway because I got to tip it up to reach it to plug it in. And my freaking phone charger plug won't plug into that. It plugs in fine, but it hits here so it doesn't get in far enough to make contact. But I think I've got another one. And I think the only thing left on the baler is get the hydraulics hooked up, get the PTO hooked up, get the safety chain on, and I still got to tighten the A chain. I think it's ready to go. I think. Ain't found anything else wrong with it yet. But yeah, there's my fancy plug-in setup. I found me a ground there, snuck the hot wire through there, and piggybacked it with the rear lights. I should have done a little searching and found something that powered off with the key, but oh well. Just means I unplug them, no big deal. This actually turns off, and this does too, but there's a little light, little standby light that's on. If it's got power to it. It don't need to. Of course, the baler monitor, it's hot all the time. It's that one. Yeah, it's a lot better on the monitor to turn it on and off at the switch and leave it plugged in. That way the memory doesn't get messed up or anything, which surprisingly the memory's not supposed to, but I can, when we get the baler hooked up and I plug that in, it'll have, however it was set last year. I think we set the load set at 340. We rarely get there, and we won't here because it's going to be too dry. There's no way it's going to get that much load on it. But anyway, grab some lunch and finish this up and hopefully get going. There we go. Oh, I forgot to turn this one on. There we go. They're all on. I don't have any hydraulic power to the baler yet because I'm going to wait to get out here and oil the chains. And Ty's got to get ahead of me at some point because she's coming. And Becky's opening stuff up here. Not too bad. We should be started by 2 o'clock. It's almost 2, but you know, it's only going to take me like 5 minutes to oil chains, so that's no big deal. And I do got to wait till Ty gets around a little ways though. And I'm going to pull over here and let her get by and oil my chains over here. Bad thing about that set of rakes, where they're both ground drive, and the rear one, she says, is actually, and it is, I can see it, the rake's turning a little slower than the front one. So I got her straightened out and just had her move over some. Now you know what I get to do? I get to clean up her mess. Oh yeah, first bale's right there. Looking across the field, I'm going to say it's 10 or 12 feet long. Hopefully it's stout enough we can pick it up and put it on a truck. And Like a bale over there just to the right of the fir tree. And the next one's around the corner behind me. Another bale on the ground. And that's the second one to come out. Soft, ugly little bugger. Actually, probably harder than bugs. And its mate is over there. I don't know if you can see it. There's two together, actually. The one to the left is the first bale out. And the other one should be about a 7-foot bale, so it's at least a 10. And we're going. Everything's working. Makes me happy when I can just sit here and drive. Get you a look at the first good bale that came out, and that big softie. And some effort. Uh-oh, missed a spot. I ain't gonna fire back up for that little spot. So I was looking back at my phone. I couldn't find 21. I still have everything in here for how many bales we get. This piece in 2019, we got 20 bales off of it, which is less than it should be. This piece normally would be 30 plus. Yeah, I couldn't find 21. I don't know why. It should all be in my text messages to myself. But last year, in 22, we took 20 bales off of this field. And I said I thought it looked a little better, but we would see. I don't know if you can read it or not. 22 bales. So that's like about 1.5 tons more off this little piece than last year, and like 3 tons more than 2019. Now, interesting tidbit. That piece is usually not as good, but we've been dumping the manure on the last few years. We finally got the geese to leave it alone. They flat out wiped that out like 2015, 16, and 17. And this piece has always done really good. Now, last year, they weren't as good as a normal year, but, you know, we haven't had a normal year. If I remember right, that one might have got one more bale than this one.
Holy fuck, there's actually people standing out here talking.
So, we'll see what happens. You know, I didn't look to see what they actually were. I think that piece, I did scroll through it and saw it, but I think that piece had 40 bales last year. So we will see what it does. If she gets around here and I can start following her. At least that's the plan. Cruising right along at a whole 3 miles an hour. Part of that's because it's rough. This stuff is light enough I can be baling at probably 6 or 7, but fluffy windrows, they don't like to feed into a narrow pickup. And yeah, seeing, I mean, there's still something with the hydraulics. Could just be a bad wire on the baler, but when it does show what it's supposed to show on there, it's showing everything fine. So that's what I'm sticking with. But no, I get going too fast and it just pushes the windrow around the edge, and then I leave half of it, a little bit on each side. That's the one big drawback to this baler, besides the tool. It's got the narrower pickup. 4-foot wide bale, so you use just under a 6-foot wide pickup. And everything else come out since then are all 8-foot or 9-foot pickups. Makes a big difference. And, you know, with the other rig, the windrows would be tighter together, it'd be a lot better, I could be moving faster, but not with this one. She's doing a really good job though with it. You can see how the two windrows went together here. It's just even enough, not that I can tell how off it is, because, you know, I only got one load cell working, but the bales are coming out looking good, so that's what counts. So either she's making them even enough or I'm driving drunk enough. my dreams, right? Anyway, we're gonna at least get this one done tonight, I hope. The other one was good a day later. I wanted to check over there by those trees, make sure it was dry, and she goes, I see her stopped over here, and she says, well, you said to check by the cedar trees. I said, no, I didn't. There's no reason why it shouldn't be dry over here by the cedar trees. But last year, if you remember, we left like 6 windrows over there and rolled them out into the sunshine and left them for a couple days because they wouldn't dry. But anyway, I went right through it. Moisture tester really didn't change much. My pressures, they changed a little bit on the baler, but it ain't damp enough to worry about. And I don't know if you can see in the camera, that bale's about to drop. You can probably see what I see in here, nothing. But that was bale number 4 or 5, something like that. Yeah, she's on that corner. I'm clearing this one for her. This is how we do it, in case you're wondering. I tried to swing it out so I would miss the windrow that was there. And if I put it about right there, when I back up, I can get that little spot that, the windrow didn't like me. Just like that. And zip over here and get a couple more out of the way before she gets to it. So that's how you do it. She can do it too, but it's easier with this tractor. The weights stick out farther. And when I back up, unless I got a bale sticking out too far, I don't have anything in the way. That set of rakes, if she got to back up very far, is kind of a bitch. But I'll show you again. And I can steer him to a point. Get it far enough out of the way that I know she's not going to be near it. And the other one that was beside it will go the other way. So back up and cruise around this way. Oh, and while I'm over here, maybe we'll catch this little spot. Yeah. Don't miss as much with the other rakes because they pack the windrow together a little bit. This one you're rolling up on the other, and I mean it works. We used them for a long time, hell of a long time. And this one I want to really try to steer it, but I don't want to. Right through the middle of it, go figure. But I'll move it far enough out of the way that hopefully I got it off the top of the windrow. Hopefully. Yeah, it looks like I did. I don't see any that went with it anyway. Yeah, this is what I do, just back and forth, because inevitably you'll drop bales on the corners. Never fails. This one's probably far enough out of the way, but it don't hurt to move it a little farther. Gives her more room, especially where it's closer to the corner. And yeah, I got one more back there. Excuse me. Whee! And I think, I don't know if she wants to go anymore or not. We may just call it a day with these 2 pieces. Simply because it's late enough, and I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but Becky ended up taking Brooke into the hospital last night. That way they didn't have to disturb Blakely, and Matt stayed home with Blakely. She just had to, they told her, you know, if this happens or this happens, you need to come in and get looked at. So that was like 12:15 when Becky left, and she got home at 3:15 or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, I was awake half the night. I got 90% of my sleep for about, I was actually, I know she came home, but I was asleep when she walked in. So I got all my sleep from about 3 o'clock to 4:45. Just kind of makes me want to call it a day. And it's been a pretty good day, so it ain't gonna hurt that to set one more day. Give me a chance in the morning to get some stuff done, and Ty can come up here and bunch bales. That one, yeah, that looks pretty squared. So where I'm only getting to know what one side is, I don't know what they're doing for sure. I just got to keep looking at them when they come out. And yes, there's one over there standing on end. Stinking windrow got too wide, and I had to go back and get some of it. And that came out around, I was starting to back up. And I was hoping I was going to make this corner. No, I'm not going to get this and the corner, so I'll get this and turn around and then get the rest of it. That's what we got left. I'm going to say there might be 2 bales left, maybe. I think I got 34 on the counter, and I think last year we got 36 off this field, I think, but don't quote me on that. Look at that, by the magic of video, I'm up here. I have no idea how many hours of video there is today, because I haven't even looked. But, I think, well, there went my ride. Hell, so much for me getting the gate for her next time. I think there was 36 on that piece last year, I think, and there's 34. So the little bit that we gained on the 3-corner piece, we lost on that one. Go figure, right? Figure how I got a hold of these. Because yeah, I'm getting at least one of these up before I open the gate over here. And Ty's like me, she's tired too, because she was helping Maury pretty late last night. And I don't want to leave these girls in any longer than we have to. So they can all go out and enjoy themselves. Now they'll just stand here and go, oh, we didn't want to go out. Huh, Bam? Yeah, finish taking your dump and go out. So, anywho, hope everybody had a great hump day. And we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm sure not complaining about how today went. I know if I say anything, then it's going to jinx tomorrow, so that's as far as I'm going with that one. And hopefully in the morning I can go get some feed and get that thing hooked up, get a tire aired up, and it can go out there. If I get that done first, then Ty can actually load the trailer while I'm gone. We'll just see how that goes. So, thanks for watching.